Madeline Rebecca, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, like, subscribe. I post at least one time a week. I've been slacking lately, but it's okay. We're not going to talk about it. Anyway, today I'm going to be telling you 5 tips on how to get the negativity out of your life. I'm struggling with this a lot now, so I thought that this would be a good video to just kind of put out there for other people, because that's what YouTube's all about. You say your own problems, people bond. I want to make sure that anyone that's following me can relate to me, I guess, so let's hope that this helps somebody out there. Okay, so tip number 1 is worry about yourself. And I've, like a couple years ago, I saw this tweet and it said, don't forget at the end of the day, all you have is yourself. And it's really narrow-minded, I know, and every time I tell people that, they're kind of like thrown off by it. But think about it. Okay, your parents care about you, but what else can they, there's only so much that they can do. Your friends care about you, but they can only do so much as well because they don't know what happens behind the scenes. If you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, they care about you, but unless you're happy with yourself, you have to worry about yourself. Because at the end of the day, whenever you're at home and you're in your bed, you only have you. Whenever you're taking off your makeup and you're in the shower and you're reflecting over the day, it's you. You have to worry about yourself as well as other people. You have to have a kind of a good balance. I just kind of have recently been working on this. So this is kind of like my summer goal. Because if you guys know me or you've listened to my channel and some rants that I've had, I'm really big on finding myself this summer. So that's just a main thing that I'm working on. But ever since I started caring about myself a little bit more and taking some more like me time and doing face mask and like taking a bath, reading, spending a couple nights a week just like by myself, it makes me reflect on like what I am as a person and what I like. And I feel like that's really, really important for self-growth and living an all over better life, I guess. Tip number 2 is to get the negative people out of your life. And I know you're like, wow, those some friends that you had for a while and they mean a lot to you and you might want to keep them. But like if you're on the verge and you're wondering, hopefully this can like push you there, because if you have these friends and they just won't hang out with you, but you keep on trying to hang out with them, you keep on trying, and then you're worried and you're like, what am I doing wrong? But there's a good chance that you're not doing anything wrong. They just don't want to hang out with you. Or it's not beneficial for you, and they know that, and maybe they're at that like down that page in life, and maybe you're not. But also, whenever you hang out with people and they degrade you, if you have friends that like they're fun to be around, but then they talk bad about you, or if you're around them and they're mean to you and they make fun of something that you like if you, let's say that I said that I like the color orange and people just made fun of me, but they're still my friends, that's not friends. Friends, you can joke and like, trust me, like I'm totally an advocate for joking with your friends, but there's a joking and then there's also just being straight up rude and judgmental, and that's just not worth it. Just need to realize that having friends that are negative and that are mean, and if you can seriously wonder, is this friend gonna benefit me? Then they probably don't need to be, like maybe they're in your high school career, maybe they're in your middle school, maybe they're friends since birth, but once you get out of, the high school mindset, are they really going to benefit you? Are they going to do anything? Are they helping you? Do they make you feel better about yourself? Or do you just feel sad? So just get the negative people out of your life, or talk to them and try to get them to be more positive, because it honestly is more stressful. Number 3, and it's kind of like number 1, but it's a little bit different. Always check in with yourself. I personally like to write. I have this writing prompt thing that I do, and I know a lot of people have a journal, different things like that, but always check in with yourself, make sure that you're doing good. If you're having an off day, figure out why. I take a long drive sometimes too, and I kind of reflect on the day, and oh well, Madeline, that was wrong, you shouldn't have done that, let's think of something different. Yes, other people telling you what you did wrong kind of opens up your eyes, but if you can reflect on yourself at the end of every day and just kind of center yourself, it's usually a lot easier, and you kind of can fix the issue if there is an issue, or you can kind of resolve any kind of problem easier that way, if that makes any sense. Okay, so tip number, I think we're on 4. Yeah, tip number 4, make sure that you aren't just spending time with one person. If you have a best friend, make sure you see your family as well. If you have a boyfriend, make sure you see your friends as well. For relationships, you have to have balance. You cannot just be up one person's butt the whole entire time. You can't neglect people all the time. You have to have an all over circle. So balance your connections, you know, yourself, your family, your friends, your significant other, and then schoolwork. You have to have a balance. If you give somebody too much time and not yourself, then you're gonna make yourself mad. If you give somebody else so much time, then you're gonna lose friends. If you make your family feel neglected, I mean, that's your family, like they come first. So just make sure that you're balancing the people that you're with and the connections, and make sure that overall that you're happy. Tip number 5, and I know this is weird, but to get the negativity out of your life, as soon as I wake up, I always open up the windows and I always drink water. And this just kind of helps me. I drink lemon water actually, because lemon water literally wakes me up and makes my day 10 times better. I don't know why, but I make lemon water and I always open up the window because I feel like that's just kind of like refreshing. I don't know, it makes my day a lot better. I already feel not negative, and that's another big thing, is as long as you wake up positive. I feel I'm a very big believer on if you wake up, it kind of changes the mood of your day. So I always make sure that I try to wake up in a pleasant way. I have a good ringtone. I, you know, open up the blinds, drink my lemon water, just kind of relax in the morning, and to take some time to myself as well, eat breakfast, all that kind of stuff. The next one is, if you aren't happy with something, do not do it. Do not have it in your life. If you were even thinking about it and you're nervous to tell other people, don't do it. You know, like, do what you feel is right, basically, because I know that in my life there's been things that I've done to make other people happy. And I'm like, okay, well, my major was chemistry pre-dental. Honestly, my freshman year, just kind of like put that out there, and I switched it to PR, public relations, and I like it a lot better. But I picked dentistry because I was like, oh, well, everyone else wants me to, and it looks good. And I honestly had the worst year of my life, and I wasn't happy, and I was living a life that I wasn't enjoying. There's a bunch of like times in high school whenever I played sports that I didn't like, but to do it for my like family. There's a lot of friends that I have, or that I have had, that I only kept because of connections and family members. And you know, my mom will be like, oh, how's this person doing? And you gotta be like, okay, well, I guess I'll hang out with them. But if you don't want to, and if you dread it, and if you should always look forward to something. Yes, you're gonna be tired, yes, you're not gonna enjoy it, but you need to do stuff that you like, because you're only on this earth for so long. You need to go out and do what you want and live the life that you want, because you're in charge of your life. Nobody else is. It is your life. I can tell you to do other things, but you don't have to listen to me. You have to listen to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you always take your own advice. Yes, getting other advice from other people is good, but always make sure you focus on yourself. And that leads me to my last one. Make sure that you talk to people about your issues. I know a lot of people like to keep, you know, negative thoughts do happen. And yes, I'm like, this is a video on how to not be negative, but they're gonna happen. You're gonna overthink sometimes, you know, you're gonna struggle. Some days you're not gonna be able to check in with yourself. Some days you're going to feel alone, and that's okay. That's a part of growing up, and that's a process. But as long as like you're talking to others and you're not alone, I think that's the most important thing. Like, if I have an issue or I'm fighting with somebody and I don't necessarily know if I'm right, because a lot of times I'm not. Like, a lot of times I have issues and I think something too hard, or I'm just like, ah, this probably isn't right. But if I ask somebody else and either they're on my side or they're like, Madeline, hey, this isn't okay, I don't have to necessarily take their advice, but it's nice to hear other people so I know if I am right or if I'm not, or if I'm going crazy or what, and I'm not alone. So if I was upset, you know, my friend will be like, hey, are you doing better? Versus just sitting here and struggling by myself. That's just, it's not a good way to just be lonely. That's not a good way to live, and that's not happy, and then that'll make you more negative, and it just keeps on going down the line. So make sure to speak up if you have any problems. You're not alone. Everyone is struggling in some way at some point in their life. So everyone's been there, and that's why I'm making this video, because I personally have been trying to get the negativity out of my life for a long time now, and it's hard, especially whenever you're in your hometown and people are negative, and some people aren't growing the same way as you, and some people don't want to grow, and some people have not had the experiences that you had, and it's sad almost. But I'm making this video to hopefully help other people. It helps me to talk about it. I think that's the main thing about YouTube. And so yeah, I hope somebody out there is smiling, or like, wow, I relate, because that's the main reason why I want to make YouTube videos, is I want to have a relatable fan base, and I want people to enjoy it. Okay guys, well, that's gonna be all for today's video. Just some few ways to not be negative anymore. I will try to make another video soon. Sorry I've been slacking. Honestly, it's the beginning of summer. All my friends have came home from studying abroad, so I've really been with them. But this is the start of the summer where we start crunch timing, so I'm trying to get another job, I'm trying to do a bunch of other stuff, but as well as YouTube is on my priority, I got an iPhone 10, so the camera's a little bit better, so that's why I'm doing this. I'm also asking for a camera for my birthday, so we're gonna hope that I can do that, because I would like to vlog, but I mean, maybe this phone will be good. I don't know. Comment below if you've ever had any struggles with negativity, or if these helped you, or if you can help me, because I'm always willing to take advice from other people, because obviously I don't know everything, I'm still growing, and I can make a video in about a week about this and it'd probably be completely different. So that is that. I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Social media is down below. It's always Madeline or Becca on every single thing. And until next time, bye guys.